faucets need to be winterized prior to the first freeze. This is generally done before Thanksgiving. This is a very costly issue if left undone. Most all leases require tenants to perform this chore. Non-compliance will result in pipes freezing and water flooding the home. We're now inside the typical home. The water heater here on the left. There's the main drain pipe, PVC, the plastic pipe you see with the writing on it. Beside that, there's a black insulated pipe coming out from the floor. This is the main water line. First thing you should always know is where to shut off the main water. This is the valve that shuts it off. Ours is marked in this case, and it turns to the right. Going further up this pipe, you'll see the ground wire for the whole house that's connected for lightning strikes. As you go up, you'll see to the left another pipe beside it. I'll move over. This pipe has two valve shutoffs. These are for the outside hose bibs. These are fortunately marked. Usually they're right above the water heater. The water heater hot water is wrapped, as you can see, for energy efficiency. These are where we're going to come back to. These are the bleeder valves that we're going to see to help winterize the hose bibs. As an aside, you also may have a cutoff valve called a ball valve. These valves work similar to these. These are gas valves. This is called an inline valve. As you see, the valve here is going in the same direction as the pipe. So that means it's open. Inline goes in line with the valve itself. These are gas shutoffs, actually, for a gas system. A ball valve will be like a handle that just turns, just like you see here, a little bit longer, maybe 6 inches long. And it'll perpendicular will shut it off, and inline will open it. These would be shut off for winterizing your pipes. Again, you most likely have two hose outside. We're going to disconnect the hose right now. This particular hose has what's called a vacuum brake. This is a sleeve, and when we open it down, when we lift it up, you'll see a gap there. Usually when this is full, water will trickle out. What I do is I slightly open this. My water shut off inside. I slightly open this in order to let any water, in case the cutoff inside fails, to let any water trickle out in the winter. Now we're going to take the hose assembly box and bring it in so it doesn't crack in the winter and split and make it useless. Generally, when you pull up the sleeve, water will trickle out and it'll drain from the line here inside the wall. There should be a slight incline inside that's draining out. The idea is to let the water out of the pipe from here as far to the house in as we can, so that if the element freezes, you don't get a cracked pipe. Now with the faucets off outside, we're ready to bleed the bleeder valve. We first shut the valve off so it's righty-tighty all the way that we can. We also have a little pan to catch it with and a towel. This is the bleeder valve. It's a little nub on the side, as you can see. Bleeds the water out from here up and out to the faucet. So what we're trying to do is to release any pressure so that there's no water retained in the pipe. We would normally move this with our pair of pliers if it doesn't open. This one happens to open well. You can hear the water draining. I cut off the water outside and I shut it down. Generally you get a drip coming down here. When it starts making this noise, we'll shut that bleeder valve, the little nub there, to the right. Right now all the water that's in that pipe is draining outside. The next valve and you'll see water squirting out as it do it. Coming out. You can see. Don't be alarmed. This will stop shortly. Again, the valve, as you can see, is just dripping slowly. Just catch it with a towel. Once the dripping stops, the noise stops, all the air is out, as much as we can get in the water, and you've bled the system. Now don't forget, I should say, to shut these off to the right. all the way. Now they're both shut off, and both valves are completely as tight as we can get them. The idea here is if these don't completely shut off the water because they're defective and they need replaced, there might be a small drip that would leave the faucet outside slightly open to release any water that might get through. Once spring comes, simply need to turn on the shut-off valves to the left. You'll hear the water funneling. Go to the hose bibs and connect your hoses and have a happy spring.